Hey, welcome to another Valley Forged. Hopefully you can see me okay. The sun's like right above, but it's a gorgeous day out. I had to get outside. So as you probably read, we are talking about starting a laser business from zero. And I don't just mean this in the way of from zero money, but from the very beginning. Now there are some ways to start extremely cheap, and I guess I could start out with that. If you are lucky enough to have a makerspace or a college close to you that has a program, a lot of them have lasers, or if you have a makerspace around you that it's already going to have a laser and it's already going to have light burn, so you can, for very reasonably priced, learn and start making, and then you'll have people around you that can help you. And a lot of times there's extra scrap wood from those other people using the machines that you can use to learn. And this is how I started. I was running a nonprofit and I took a laser course, and next thing you know, I am loving lasers so much I decided to do that full time. But it took time. It was definitely not something that I've ever seen somebody be able to do almost overnight. I'm gonna say it takes about a year. So the basic thing is just relax and learn, and don't quit your day job unless you're retired, which is a great place to be to start out, or you're on disability or something, you need to work from home. There's a lot of great reasons to get into lasers, and there's really almost unlimited amount of ways that you can make money with a diode, with a laser, any kind, CO2 diode, fiber laser, whatever you're into. But just start small. And yeah, the cheapest way to start, of course, is by taking a course or by finding a makerspace. Those are the cheapest ways. But say you're at home and you just want to start a business, and what is the way, if I had to do it over again and I just wanted to buy, say, a laser and start my business, what would I do? Well, I've mentioned this in other videos that there is a Atom Stack 20-watt laser. I'll put a link below. That is right now, I just looked at it today, is $400 for a 20-watt diode laser that has all of the latest features. And I think that's about as best you're gonna get as far as right now. I think that's the best you're gonna get. Trying to save money by buying a 10-watt laser or a 5-watt laser, if your intention is to start a laser business, in almost every case, I wouldn't do it. The amount of material and the speed and everything else that you're going to get from a 20-watt laser is, in my opinion, far superior. And if in the end you find that somehow you need that fine detail of a 5-watt laser, those are pretty cheap and easy to get to kind of supplement what you can do already with the 20-watt, which is you need to cut the stuff out once you made it, right? So if you are going to go that direction, yeah, I would consider Lightburn. Lightburn's, the reason why I would say that is Lightburn is a software that you use to make the things for a laser. And there are many machines that will come with their own software, and I wouldn't recommend that. I would say try and find a machine that is primarily uses Lightburn. So say like Xtool, generally they have their own software. Now, yes, you can often hook it up with Lightburn, but it's going to be missing some of the features. It's not going to work completely correctly. It will work better off with its own software. The issue I run into with that is that, first of all, if you move to another machine or want to stay a different brand, well, oftentimes you won't be able to maybe move your stuff over as easily It's going to be different for you. Once you've learned Lightburn, you kind of can move to almost any machine and keep all of your files the way that they are. It will be a very easy transition. Second reason is you can design just about anything in Lightburn. So you can be designing in the very file that you're using to cut everything out with. And I find that a pretty big deal. It just makes things a lot simpler, that you're not trying to import things into a, having to create in one thing and then move it over to another. And it's also a lot less expensive. So, I'm going to say this several times. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. Lasers take time. I've met pretty much nobody who's ever done this in a very fast time. So just take your time, learn the software. I'm giving you the advice I would give myself if I was starting over. The more you learn about the software, the better off you're going to be. But of course, you need a machine to be able to test those theories. And so I really think the least expensive way to get into this, probably $1,000. Now that would be the 20 watt that I just mentioned for $400. You need an air assist, you need an enclosure, you need a honeycomb bed. I'm going to try and list all this stuff below, at least the ones I would recommend. And then you're going to need materials, and you're going to need to make mistakes. Mistakes are so important. And so if you can't afford to make mistakes, it's going to take you even longer. So be prepared to make a lot of mistakes. Try and work cheaply to begin with. Learn your settings. And you're working towards Christmas. And that's kind of the bottom line when it comes to lasers. You're almost always working towards Christmas being your primary season. And the nice thing about that is that you can make all your gifts as well. And this is one really great benefits to having a laser business. So if it's already getting close to Christmas, I would say start working towards the following Christmas. Just don't try and be in a hurry and rush and get everything. Sure, you can make some stuff and try and sell it and make your gifts and whatnot. But give yourself a good full year of working and learning and meeting. And so you can start signing up for your local markets. And these are a great idea, not because you're going to sell a ton, you probably aren't. But you will learn so much from just doing it. And then you will meet other people who are also selling. And you can ask them where the better shows are. And you will, over time, find those better shows. And this is how I do it now. I only do about 4 to 6 shows per year. And I make way more money than I would at a farmer's market every week. But it didn't happen overnight. It took time to find those particular markets. But of course, direct selling isn't the only way that you can make money with a laser. And I have a video already that's 10 ways how to make money with a diode laser. I would suggest you watch that. I have files. Like, I just came out with a file because I'm trying to help everybody in this. It's just blanks. It's great for beginners, that it gives you kind of the blank of all of the different basic files to learn on, but it's also something that you can create and say put on your table, or if you take it to a business, you could show them, that has all of the basic items, or many of the basic items, that are customizable. So it says your name here or whatever, so that people can get an idea of, hey, oh, this can be created, and I'll take 200 of them. You know, this often happens, something like that. So say you're at a farmer's market, you have it on your table, and the local college comes by. They're like, oh, I need graduation gifts. And they see that you make coasters and that they could do it. So they just say, hey, you know, I need 400 of these for my class. This happens all the time. This is a good way to start out, to learn your craft and also show people what you can do. And show yourself what you can do. it may be a good idea to define success for yourself. You know, what it is, what does that look like? What does the end goal look like for you? And write it down so that you know when you get there. Also, you know, some goals that you can accomplish, you know, just some easy ones. Just make yourself feel, oh, okay, hey, I did this, right? It's important. You know, I find it really helpful watching business videos from leather crafters. Now, it doesn't mean that you have to do leather with your laser, although leather is a fantastic way to go when it comes to especially diode lasers. But there's something about what it takes to create a leather business from scratch that is really helpful when it comes to creating a laser business from scratch. So I will put a couple of videos down below, but there are many videos out there. Just go through them and learn as much as you can. I think that's probably the most important thing, is listen to people who have done it. You know, this is my full-time job. This is what I do. You know, Clack Shack or Venturi, these are people who work and run laser businesses, and try and find those people is going to be far more helpful for you than, say, watching typical review videos, because their job is to sell lasers. So this is just the first video in many. I'm going to go over all of these points in detail. I wanted to get this out there, ask the question to everyone, hey, what do you want to know more of? What did I miss? What are you thinking? I will try to answer all of those questions within the next 2 weeks in videos, and I'll go in depth on each of my points. And just remember, this is going to take some time, but it's super fun. Lasers are the most incredible thing, and I absolutely love working with lasers, obviously. And there's plenty of room for everybody here. There's so many things that haven't even been thought of that maybe you're the person who's going to think of it. So, you know, let's take the journey together. I will help you out as best I can, and I will see you in the next one. Love y'all.